My name is Irene, and I'm one of the co-founders of Cicero Independiente. A few years ago, I was an organizer trying to find information about collaboration between local police and ICE, and I couldn't find it. I wondered why two of the most Latino communities in the Midwest didn't have a dedicated newspaper, and why I didn't see people like my parents or my friends producing the news. Luckily, I wasn't the only one that was asking these questions, and so we started asking people what kind of information they would want from a news organization that was by and for them. Our worker-led newsroom is now making sure that people have information in their language about the decisions that are being made inside this town hall. Through our reporting, they also find out how they can get involved and get the resources they need to survive. We're also documenting history and stories that would otherwise go unreported, like the racial uprisings we witnessed in this corner in 2020, and most recently, the surge of federal agents that was abducting our neighbors right along this street. But we go beyond just providing information. We teach people the same skills that we use to launch this newsroom so that they can launch their own projects. When we teach kids about journalism, we show them our print editions, and they beam with pride when they recognize places like the store or their crossing guards. This sense of pride and belonging is a necessary part of making sure that people feel connected and they take action. Your investment will help us implement the business strategies that we need to make sure that our newsroom will be around for as long as we're needed and wanted. We have a plan. We just need the resources to get there. Journalism can no longer look one way or serve just some people. We need localized experiments that widen the net of those who are served and that equip people with skills to get involved. We started this newsroom because our community wasn't being adequately served by existing news organizations, and we were purposely kept out of decision-making spaces like this town hall. People in communities like ours find ways of sharing information with and without formal institutions, but trained journalists and media projects that are responsive to the needs, cultures, and values of a community are needed to make sure that information is actually accurate. Trained journalists can also help push for government accountability and transparency in a way that some residents can't. We also realize that we need better ways of producing news. That's why we're experimenting with a worker-led model and policies that center our well-being as people who are personally affected by the same issues that we're covering. And we've learned that people want to support this kind of thing. They want to see more of it, and they want to see us succeed. They donate whatever they can, they share their skills and their networks with us because they want to make sure that we're around. In the past, some people may have called our places like Cicero and Berwyn news deserts, but even deserts have life, and all life needs to be nurtured and protected. That's what local news has done here.